During the last couple of years, what have been the key causes of stress in your lives?
Probably the amount of work that we're given during the school times. We're expected to revise along on top of that, so it's a lot of work even just for during the day.
How do you notice in yourself that you're stressed, and what does it stop you and make you do?
I tend to withdraw quite a lot. If I'm stressed or generally just feeling a bit overwhelmed, then I will not talk to anybody. I'll pretty much just stay away because it's just easier to deal with. Even though that means that you're then just kind of stuck in your own little world, and then things build up and get even worse. And it's
because then you're kind of not getting the help that maybe
and
would.
It's all blown out of proportion. You have no balance between enjoying yourself, feeling stressed, at a healthy level, and then using that to be able to work properly. You just end up not really working and not really doing anything.
Do you do things that you think are helpful that help you to reduce it?
I mean, if I feel that I am getting stressed, I often find that when I do try to go and revise or do some extra work, it takes me twice as long as it should.
Yeah.
Because you just end up overthinking it all, and you just come into it with the mindset of this is so complicated.
It's overwhelming from the beginning.
Exactly, and it just takes so much longer than it should, just because you think I've got this mountain of work to get through. And you're like, I really don't understand this, or for whatever reason this is really stressful. I've got really short deadlines or whatever, and it just becomes this thing that it shouldn't take as long as it should, but it does.
So say the cause of stress is schoolwork, do you feel like you're stressed or not able to enjoy other parts of your life because of it? Or you can compartmentalise it and it's not actually an issue?
Yeah, definitely. Because if I'm tired because of the stress and I've got a lot of work to do, I just cut off busy, and I just don't want to do anything, talk to anyone.
Yeah.
I think it definitely has a massive impact on the rest of your life. I know that my relationship with my family when I'm stressed is a lot worse. They just know not to talk to me. They just know to just ignore me. And I think that that's frustrating that there's a lot of tension there. And when your relationships then become bad because of it, it makes you feel really low and really
even more negative about it.
And you're just I don't need to feel like this. I don't need to build everything up so much worse than it actually is.
When it was in relation to GCSEs, what was the thing that made you most stressed, and how did you cope with it?
I think one was the whole revision strategies, where they never made it clear how much you would have to prepare for revising. They always said, start revising Easter and you can get it all done. But at that point I didn't really have any notes, and so you're suddenly rushing to catch up on everything, and then you don't have enough time to fit it all in.
Yeah, they had that back in year 11 at the start of the year. They had that people came in to try and talk to us about revision, and I just said it's best to start revising in year 10, but by that point we'd already been through year 10, so it was too late. And she tried to be helpful with preparing for exams, but I think it probably didn't help that much because I was still just as stressed afterwards.
I mean, I found that they didn't really tell you as much as they should that downtime is just so important, really, because I found myself I'd end up just going the whole day burning out and then not being able to do anything all week, because I'd be really going for it because I know that revision is so important for the obvious reasons, but I'd do it all suddenly, and I'd do it all the whole day and be like, it's really good, I've got loads done. But just that would be so stressful in itself, and I go back, I just want to procrastinate, and you don't give yourself enough time to recuperate.
And do things that you're actually enjoying.
Yeah, exactly.
And personally, for GCSEs, I think that being so results focused and almost perfectionism, really wanting the top grades, and there being so much competition out there, that the people who are paying for their education, for example, are just going to smash out 10 exams, and you're I'm not going to be able to do that. And then as much as I found revision I was quite on top of throughout GCSEs, I think it was more the fact that once I had done the exams, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I spent my whole summer not actually enjoying my summer just because I was thinking about results day. and then opening up results day and being like, okay, that's pretty good, you know, moving on with my life. Like I didn't need to.
It's like a far less of a big deal than you kind of expect it to be, kind of thing. Do you feel like the school support, like, had any support in place?
I feel like they do, but that as much as people kind of say, like, you know, oh, you're going to be stressed because of exams and stuff, like, you kind of take it as, I'm going to be stressed because of exams.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually dampened down so much, even though it's kind of bigged up, it's almost like too much, almost too, like...
They just expect you to be stressed and that's it, no kind of...
And then it feels like, you don't want to complain because you're like, oh God, it's just, everybody's going through it, and actually, like, it's not... Like, you know, everybody kind of knows it's not the end of the world, you know, like,
Yeah.
they're not expecting you to go and, you know, feeling really awful about it because you just...
It's done in
just
2 years and
exams,
it's just
isn't it?
exams, yeah.
But I don't think, so I think that there is support out there for you, but I don't think that you feel like worthy enough to use it or something, because you're like, what am I even like...
Everyone's in the same boat. Yeah, I should be the same as everyone else. Do you feel like there's support that, like, in an ideal world, what would you want as some kind of support?
I'd rather just have more prevention rather than trying to like support us if we're stressed. For example, if they have like that seminar before we started our GCSEs or telling us what to expect, not just being stressed, but giving us ways to actually work through the subjects.
I mean, I thought, yeah, it's kind of similar in prevention, but I just thought if they would have made it clearer to us that I know that it's a very competitive environment, and that's why we all have to revise and try hard, but the emphasis on downtime, it increases productivity, increases how much you can learn, how well you revise, because it just puts you in a much more open mindset. You're just much more able to do things. And they didn't really tell us that because often the school's job is just to motivate for exams, and they don't kind of tell you, okay, yes,
You can enjoy yourself.
Yes, you can enjoy
Yeah.
yourself, exactly. And for instance, if you say, they ask you what you've done on the weekend or something, you say, oh, you know, I went out and did something, they'll see it negatively,
Yeah.
rather than, oh, why weren't you revising? They don't
think
quite recognise.
There's a real thing where you get to a certain age, I don't know, maybe it's sort of like 15, you think you've got exams and you cut out all your hobbies, but that's just the wrong way of doing it, because that's like people's mood goes so far down because they're so focused on the exams and not focused on
Like
like
it matters though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like actually, in the end, I mean, I don't know how passionate you guys are about your subjects. I love my subjects, but I'm not saying they're my life.
yeah.
Whereas like, there's other factors of my life that I've put on the back seat because of this
School.
you know, yeah, because of these 3 subjects I've chosen to take.